Even there was a blood. Bimala Kund, what was the pastime? Who was Bimala? No. This Bimala was a king who had 60,000 daughters who wanted to marry Lord Shri Krishna. सब लोग बिल्कुल कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा किसी को क्या बात है? We had a English pastime this time. Devotee who is speaking English only, right? Especially we arranged the speaker. See, that's the whole purpose of going to Yatra. To hear the glories from the places, or the places where we visited, and after coming, we used to contemplate. We used to contemplate where did we go, because we don't know again we'll be able to go or not also. But by remembering such places, the remembrance of these places where Krishna performed the pastime is very, very potent. They can increase our devotion to the Lordship. So, through devotees, I know that when they come from the yatra, especially such places, Vrindavan, Mayapur, Barsana, so every night before sleeping, they will take their mind actually to all such places. जैसे वृंदावन में गए आप, कृष्ण बलराम मंदिर, started from outside, Shri Prabhupada Samadhi Mandir, then inside again Shri Prabhupada is there, then Gaur Nitai, then Krishna Balaram, Radha Shyam Sundar Lalita Vishakha, and then you go out. This is Parikrama temple. Like this, they take their mind every day to the such places, and then they take again from there. You go to Vrindavan Parikrama. The first place is Kaliyada, and from there Madan Mohanji, then all the temple of Vrindavan. Such a nice facility we have, all of us. That's what Prabhupada said, ki, even though I was in so many places during preaching activity, but I never left Vrindavan. But every day he will somehow that we have to touch our mind to Vrindavan. Vrindavan especially, it's our place, and Navdeep also non-dependent. Especially after going to Yatra, it becomes very easy. Now, easily you can take your mind to the Barsana, Vrindavan, Kamevan. So once in a day, anytime you can choose. Night is very good. Before sleeping, you can make a habit. It will take 3, 4, 5 minutes maximum. आपकी रोज का वृंदावन यात्रा होगा. रोज, every day you will go to Vrindavan. So nice, ना? तो उसके लिए याद करना पड़ेगा स्थान. कहाँ पे गए थे आप? Okay. So, I'd like to welcome all the devotees on behalf of Srinivas Prabhuji, our family, Shri Radha, which deity is it? Radha Shyamsundar? Shyamsundar. Radha is very unique here. So, I think all of us, we had a Mangalarti darshan in Vrindavan temple. Yes. Radha Shyamsundar. Such a big crowd, huh? You see. There was no season, nothing. But still, it's so difficult to move from Gaur Nitai to Radha Shyamsundar, or from Radha Shyamsundar to Gaur Nitai. Wherever you just reach there, you're standing It's very difficult to move there afterwards. That's what Prabhupada made actually, you see. Early morning, he made like a festival. Such a wonderful festival. First Prabhupada Arti and then inside that. So we welcome all the devotees for this very special session, which is IDC. It's called Disciple Course. And I'm really honored and I'm so fortunate. I'll be repeating the words of Srila Prabhupada teachings and various acharyas, the previous acharyas, their teachings, their writings, in order to understand this very wonderful and very, very important aspect of disciple and spiritual master relationship, especially in this multi-guru system culture of Iskcon, where we have a multi-guru system. In Iskcon, we do not have only one guru. Some of the places of organization will have only one people is there, one guru, and then when he leaves, another one guru will be there. And everyone will be disciple of only one spiritual master. It becomes very easy to deal with them. Right? We have a very good relationship because we have one spiritual master, all disciples belong to one spiritual master. But Iskcon, it becomes a little complex when it comes to a spiritual master because we have a multi-guru system in Iskcon. At present, we have more than 80 gurus, including few grihasthas, like Ravindra Swarup Adhikari, Sankarshan Das Adhikari. They're also initially spiritual master. Kritu Maharaj is also grihastha, but his initial spiritual master. And then we have so many sannyasis, more than 80s now. And maximum the Prabhupada disciples. Some of the second generation now also started initiation. Second generation sannyasi especially. So in that system, multi-guru system culture of Iskcon, to understand the real perspective and to see the different spiritual master also at par as our spiritual master. And similarly, all disciples from different spiritual masters having a very, very congenial, very, very wonderful, good relationship amongst each other. So in order to have such system in place, this course is designed. It was not there before 2014-15. And the few issues had come up in Iskcon. And based on that lesson learned, the Iskcon governing body, GBC, they decided to have such a course so that everybody can be enlightened. They can understand the real perspective of being a disciple and also to have a wonderful relationship amongst each other, even though they belong to different spiritual masters. Because we are all working for one mission under one shelter of this wonderful divine movement of Srila Prabhupada, which is Iskcon. So to seeing the long-term, this healthy relationship amongst all the followers of Iskcon, this is very essential course actually. When first time when we had here this course at that time, remember that? This is Lukesh Prabhu, he had come from all the way from Mayapur Institute, from the Australian body. So he had given this course to all of us. And when the first time we had this course, it's so much needed. Such a wonderful course. Very transparent. And then our appreciation for Iskcon increased manifold. This is such organization where they think so deeply, so minutely that is so much needed actually. Very transparent. How guru should behave, how disciples should behave, and their behavior, their relationship. In what circumstances, even it is also discussed here. Guru tyag, kab guru ka tyag bhi kar sakte. Ye bhi bataya gaya yahan. I don't think such things are being discussed anywhere else. So very transparent and very, very, it's like eye-opening actually when we heard the eye-opener, all of us. So again, I'm very, very fortunate that again, I'm going to learn so many things from this, of our teachings and the devotee of Desciple Prabhupada who designed this course, especially Anuttam Prabhu, who is a Prabhupada disciple. He had come here also. Some of you might have if you can recall, Uttam Prabhuji, very tall guy, Sri Prabhupada disciple, along with Rukmini Mataji, his very good wife. Yes. Remember that? So he had come here a couple of years back. He is the one who designed this course. He is Prabhupada, very dear disciple, both Mataji and Prabhuji. And he's engaged in so many services. He's GVC for New Vrindavan also in US. So he designed this course actually, the designer of this course. And this course is offered from Mayapur Institute. So what we'll be hearing here is basically from the material which is from Mayapur Institute. And at the end of the course, all will be, you have to go through exam, write an essay of understanding, and then there'll be certificate from Mayapur Institute, signed by Uttam Prabhuji and Atul Krishna. Both signatures will be there. I will request them, so they will send it. So before beginning, let's again pay our obeisances to Sri Prabhupada and the Guru Prabhupada. Om Agyan Timrandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurimitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruvai Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamani Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Savadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Rita Shri Vishakha Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostile Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhuvaya Vadinanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Putrani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatadeshatai Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. Just after our visit to Vrindavan, after a few days, there were big rains. The entire area was inundated. It's a flood in the Parikrama Marg. And Maharaj and few other Lal Gopal Prabhu, they all shifted from there to the flats, our flats actually. But completely was submerged. So Krishna was very merciful. All devas were very merciful demigods. During our yatra, there was no rain. Parikrama also there was no rain, so could complete. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so okay. So in spiritual life, first we have to understand this material world actually, there are different kinds of people are there, right? And Vedic scripture defines broadly two categories. One is who is surrendered to Lord Shri Vishnu, and Asura Viparyayaha, Sur and Asur. Only two categories have been given in Vedic scripture. The entire population. The people who are inclined to render services to Lord Vishnu, and second, opposite to those people. Viparya means opposite. Those are called Asura. So all of them are in one category. whoever does not worship Lord Shiva Vishnu, even they worship somebody else, they all are categorized in one as per Vedic scripture. So amongst the devotees who are really who understood that this material of the material mode of nature is causing all the calamities upon them, the miseries upon them, the kleshavali, the adhibhautik klesh, adhyatmik klesh, adhidavik klesh, and somehow the bhukta bhoga parityakta, nitya dosha, after seeing all the faulty propaganda, the faulty advertisement of this material nature, they realize that no, this is what the way of life I'm living is not correct. And they try to take another path. That time, Lord Krishna says that there is a need of spiritual master. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Tad vidhi panipatena pariprashnena sevaya updekshanti te jnanam jnaninam tattva. Then they realize there's an utter need of a spiritual master in life who can guide me properly to walk on this path, which is not the path like the other people are walking. And they are called Muni. Muni means who manan karte, who contemplate, who sees around that in my family or in my neighborhood, my friends, my colleagues, I'm seeing everyone. Everybody is doing some kind of activity, but none of them seems to be happy. So if I also do the same thing, I'll also not be happy. This is Muni. Muni jo manan karte hain. He sees everything around them and they are thinking, contemplating. This should not be my lifestyle. I have to change something. It seems. Because I'm seeing nobody's happy around me. Contemplate karte, manan karte. And then they come to know that there's some other way of life. And such people, because the moment they think that there's other way of life, and this should not be my destination, immediately Chaitya Guru, which is inside everyone, who is Krishna, Paramatma, immediately he start responding, start getting sick, immediately. As a mercy of Krishna. And then somehow or other he will arrange the sadhu sangha, get some devotee, so the devotee will come to satsanga, and then you will feel there is a better need of spiritual master in my life as well. This is how this need arises. So Srila Prabhupada, he has given the entire purport of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. At several places he has emphasized on this. And we know that without spiritual master in life, we cannot get any gati. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasadu, yasya aprasadat nagati. If we do not have mercy of spiritual master in our life, then there is no gati. Gati means movement in the spiritual life. So based on this concept, this course content of IDC has been devised. So there will be 4 units. I have circulated the soft copy of SHP handbook. So please try to refer that. If you can use in your mobile phone or your iPad, very good. Or if you want to have a hard copy also, you can get a print. So this is how it has been designed in 14 lessons. First is the introduction, theory and content of this disciple course. Second unit will be about establishing the relationship with Guru, which is very, very important. Guru Padashraya, how to select the Guru, selection of Guru, and initiation vows, Sankalpa. Acting in relationship with the Guru, how to act. Once we establish the relationship, we have a spiritual master, how to act with. There will be several occasions when you meet a spiritual master or a spiritual master God brother. Or several occasions will not meet also. Then also how to associate with his Vani. Guru Puja, Guru Seva, and lesson 10 is Guru Vapu Seva and Vani Seva. And as I mentioned, there's one section on Guru Tyag also is there. You see, GVC is very, very transparent. There's some spiritual master, and it's like that. For example, now this connection is there. as long as this charger or this wire is connected to the proper source, and as long as it is in good condition, I'm going to use it. But the moment it is not in good condition, I'll not use it. So Guru Tyag means my Guru, at some point of time, they were in very much, in a good condition. But the moment they themselves felt, and there's some activity which Guru should not perform, in Iskcon we have such a nice thing actually. Guru himself will declare, I cannot take any more responsibility of this. Or GBC will decide. So it means there's a higher authority. Everybody is under supervision. There's a Guru committee in Iskcon. Everybody is under vigilance. All the Gurus who are traveling all over the world, their report goes to GBC. How they behaved, how they deal with their disciples, did they collect Lakshmi, everything. Everything is very transparent. I remember when we were in Dubai last year, we had gone for 4 or 5 days, and that time we came to know that Johannes Bhaktidas Maharaj is in Dubai. So we went to meet him actually. He was staying somewhere, so we went to meet him. And Maharaj immediately he came to meet us. The devotee has come from Kanyadesh. And then we gave some donation to Maharaj. It was in Abu Dhabi currency. So I said, what is this? So he said, Maharaj, small donation. Immediately he called his disciple, Rishikesh Prabhu. He said, Rishikesh Prabhu, please bring my diary and note it. This is the donation came from Kanyadesh. Maharaj said, every penny we have to report to Guru Committee. How much we received, how much we spent, everything there. Such a transparent organization, Iskcon is. Our life is very safe actually. That gives so much, that's very safe. So in what circumstances there are instructions in the scripture that parityago Guru ko parityag kar sakte, परंतु में श्लोक आया हम देखेंगे बाद. And then unit 4, cooperatively fulfilling the relationship and consolidation, especially presenting one's Guru, very important. How to present one's Guru, especially in the public place. In the public place, because where you might understand that a disciple or devotee might be from different spiritual master. Their disciples might be there also. It's very sensitive how to present your spiritual master in front of all such people. And relationship within Iskcon, very important. It is not some guru's society. It is Srila Prabhupada Iskcon society. So ultimately, we are going to serve under the guidance of our spiritual master in the mission of Srila. So that's always we have to remember. And then finally, we wind up that what we understood from this course. So this is going to be content of this 14 lessons. And we'll see if we can complete 2 or 3 sessions, or sometime 2 or 3 1. We'll try to have entire session in 6 or 7 sessions. Entire unit, sorry, lesson in 6 or 7 sessions. So that before Maharaj comes, Maharaj, before that we'll complete this course. Lesson 1, welcome and introduction. So once again, welcome to all of you. And introduction to this 7 purpose of Iskcon, first of all. So Srila Prabhupada, when he founded this Iskcon in 1966, 65 he reached, and after a year, he had few members. And he thought, let me establish with 3 or 4 members a society, not at national level, rather at international. International Society, Krishna Consciousness, in 1966, with few members. That was Prabhupada. So he could see the foresee. That in future, he said, I'm just seeing, there's so many devotees, so many temples, just it's a matter of time. Prabhupada said, I'm just seeing everything is manifest, going to manifest. It's just a matter of time. 1, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, that's all. And after that, after 3, 4 years, it's a history. Prabhupada had 108 temples, thousands and thousands of disciples. So many centers, and now currently we have almost 1,000 centers all over the world. Not a single country where we don't have devotees. So we'll read one by one, and we'll try to just give little time on this. That for what purpose is very important to understand. See, we have a purpose to come to this moment, right? We want to pursue our spiritual life. But the moment in which we are coming, what is the purpose of that moment? Let's try to understand that also. So can we read this one by one, please? Number one.
To systematically propagate spiritual knowledge to society at large and to educate all persons in the techniques of spiritual life in order to check the imbalance of values in life and to achieve real unity and peace in the world.
This is what Prabhupada wanted. Real unity and peace in the world, which everyone is looking. Prabhupada says it can only happen when we have a spiritual content element in our life. Because that lordship, the godhood, that's the only thing which can be, if it is in the center, that can bring the unity or peace amongst everyone who is around. And Prabhupada wanted this. That's why he said, at large and to educate all peoples in the techniques of spiritual life, in the techniques of detaching from material life and pursuing the spiritual life. To check the imbalance of values in life. Most of us today in the office, somebody was discussing. I think yesterday in our discussion of Bhagavatam class, that nowadays even husband-wife relationship is so fragile. There's no sense of responsibility. Some devotee was sharing that some devotee community, I can say so-called devotee, so got married, and in this case he has to pay 17 lakhs rupees to the girl side, the boy, the groom. And after 17 days, marriage was broken. It means per day lakh rupees. We are laughing on, but it's a serious issue. It's everywhere. Because sense of responsibility, sense of belongingness, or higher purpose, or social binding is not there now. No more. The values is not there at all. If I don't like something, I have full rights to live my life the way I want. What people will think, society around you think, I don't care. Completely insensitive. Right? The time has come now. We are seeing it. It's happening. So Prabhupada says here, the imbalance of values in life and to achieve the real unity, because if it happens, then only we can achieve the real unity and peace in the world. And yes, second number, yes, please.
To propagate a consciousness of Krishna as it is revealed in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam.
So entire Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam is man manamo madbhakto matyaji ma Shramatam Shadhyanityam Punya Shamana Kirtan. The revealed scriptures, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Vedesha Sarvar Aham Avedya. They should know me, and when they know me, then Buddha Bhava Samanvita. They will take my shelter with their full heart. And that is Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada said, this is what you have to propagate. That's why Prabhupada did not put the name of this society as a God consciousness, make more liberal, It may seem that Krishna is more sectarian, but Prabhupada says no, because we know who God is. There should not be any ambiguity. Otherwise, people they will think, okay, God, when Nirakar also is God, no, very clear, Krishna. Prabhupada says we know who is God, what is his address, where he lives, what is his phone number, is everything we know. Prabhupada mentioned that in one of the passage. Third,
to bring the members of the society together with each other and neither to Krishna, the prime entity, and thus to develop the idea within the members and humanity at large that each soul is part and parcel of the quality of Godhead.
Such a wonderful, very thoughtful purposes, right? Very, very thoughtful. Each and every word is very important. That each soul is part and parcel of quality of God and Krishna. That's what he wanted to tell. Everyone belongs to Krishna. That's what he traveled for. Prabhupada just did not travel in India. Everybody traveled because he was knowing that everybody is part and parcel of Krishna. And we have to bring everyone, bring the member of society together with each other and nearer to Krishna. That's what he wanted. Everyone come near to Krishna. Number 4.
To teach and encourage the Sankirtan movement of congregational chanting of the holy name of God, as revealed in the teachings of Lord Sri Chaitanya.
So very, very important aspect. Because in this age of Kali, Lord Shri Krishna, who came as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he propagated this Nam Sankirtan. And without taking shelter of this Nam Sankirtan, we cannot be purified. We cannot be. That's why he wanted everyone to take part in this Sankirtan movement. Yajna Sankirtana. Number 5. And that's how he began the movement actually. Srila Prabhupada, he sat down on the tree of which park? Tomsky Square Park. Very nice. Tomsky Square Park in New York. And he sat down, and there what he started? Doing something. With the dugdugi, he was chanting Hare Krishna. Complete faith that this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mission, it will propagate only as long as we are chanting and dancing. Prabhupada mentioned in one lecture. This entire movement is based on chanting and dancing. In Vrindavan, Radharani pose, if you just little focus on the pose of Radharani, she's in dancing pose actually. This pose is given by Srila Prabhupada himself. When Yamuna Mataji, she was preparing a sketch for deities to be prepared for Vrindavan temple. If you read the section Lila Mritam, actually such a very, very sensitive issue. Srila Prabhupada was in America. And he, Gurudas Prabhu, another devotee were here, Tejas Prabhu in Delhi. They said, Prabhupada, you come, we'll inaugurate a temple in 74. Prabhupada, all the way he came, all the invitation card, everything was prepared, all the big personality, like mayor, political leaders, everyone. And Prabhupada reached. He saw nothing. Only small temple room and nothing was there. He said, how will inaugurate? Prabhupada, just as he was scolding everyone. And finally he called everyone. He said, okay, how much time will it take more? This Prabhupada, okay, give us 4 or 5 months. And then after 5-6 months, Prabhupada, he said, okay, now focus entire energy in this. Whatever money you want, I'll give you. And then they said, okay, Prabhupada, after 6 months, everything. This is how the temple came up. Vrindavan temple. So when Yamuna Mataji was preparing for the deities, so see, she made the sketch and she showed Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, this is a sketch for Radha Shyam. Is that okay? So Prabhupada, he closed his eyes, and then he, after 2 minutes, he got up and he gave the pose of Radha. He said, you sketched this pose. That was the first time in history when Prabhupada gave himself the pose of Radharani that he should be like this. And then she sketched, and that pose came. So she asked Prabhupada, but she is dancing. Prabhupada said, as long as Radharani is dancing, our movement will go on. Our movement will go on. But in Vrindavan, she is dancing for Lord Shri Krishna. It's a very unique temple. So that's what Prabhupada wanted actually, that everyone should participate in the Sankirtan movement. जब हम लोग कर रहे हैं बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन every day we should participate in Sankirtan. तो घर में कीर्तन किया करिए रोज 5 मिनट 10 मिनट we should do Sankirtan. कोई नहीं है तो अगले में करिए आप. वैसे संकीर्तन मतलब साथ में करिए. संकीर्तन सम्यक रूपी कीर्तन. Family together. यज्ञ गृहे भजन देखी गृहे ते गोलोक भाया. What do you talk about? When I enter my house and I see that my family members are sitting there and chanting together, कीर्तन कर रहे हैं, भजन कर रहे हैं, I feel that my house is like a Golok Vrindavan. So every day we should get some time, especially if Aarti you can do together. As Prabhupada mentioned in 13th chapter, verse number 8 to 12. All the Grihasthas, they should perform 4 activities together. Right? Remember? Yes, Maharaj. Mangal or any Aarti. Mangal, Sandhya or any Aarti together. Okay. One Prashadam together. Very good. 2.
One round together at least.
Very nice. 3.
One sloka.
Very good. 4. Prabhupada writes, if 4 things you do in the family, that family, the bonding will become very, very strong. And Kali cannot enter in that family. Prabhupada, I think the Bhagavad Gita, 30th chapter. 1 Aarti together, any one Aarti. Sometime, okay, timing is differing. So at least Sandhya Aarti or morning Aarti, whatever, whichever. Or Shan Aarti, as per your convenience, together. Family who prays together, stay together. Then 1 round of chanting at least together. If more is better, at least 1 round. Any one prashadam together. Any one meal, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Anyone. Sit together and have prashadam. It's very rare. It's like an ideal situation. Right? Nowadays, it's difficult. How are they? And then 1 shloka, I might mention, any shloka, Bhagavad Gita, any purport of Prabhupada, just read together. This is such a wholesome package. Wholesome package. Okay, number 5.
To erect for members and for society at large a holy place of transcendental pastime dedicated to the personality of Krishna.
So this is how there's so many Prabhupada mentioned. You see, Prabhupada made new Vrindavan, new Jagannath Puri, new Dwarika. Prabhupada is creating such sacred place of Krishna's pastime in the Western countries. It's a new Vrindavan, new Dwarika, new Jagannath Puri. And you'll find the same activities going on there. If you go to Hungary, that Shriram Prabhuji's, Shriram Maharaj, that project, huge area, entire Vrindavan is there. So this is what Prabhupada wanted actually. Every place should be treated like this. And in fact, every home of devotees is like a Vrindavan. You see what is happening. Aarti is there, chanting, and then Prasadam. Devotees coming together and discussing Krishna Katha. This is what Vrindavan is. This is Vrindavan mood. So Prabhupada said, this is how dedicate the personality of Krishna, a holy place of transcendental pastime. Especially these are the Vilasthali, but same can be even devotee, because Tirthi Karvanti Tirthani. This Vidura, when he came, Maharaj mentioned to him, when he offered to Prasadam to him, then he said, oh my uncle, dear uncle, wherever you visit, you carry Tirtha with. Tirthim Kurvanti Tirthani. Because you carry the Padaravinda Hridayeshu Tesham. In the heart of devotee, they carry the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. Always they remember the lotus feet. They carry always in their heart. So wherever they go, it becomes pilgrimage. It becomes tirth. Number 6.
To bring the members closer together for the purpose of teaching a simpler and more natural way of life.
So this is what? Nothing but Varnashram. Varnashram project. Where we live together for the common cause. That will be Varnashram. At one place, natural way of lifestyle, where we depend on very simple life, but high thinking. High thinking. Number 7.
With a view towards achieving the aforementioned purposes, to publish and distribute periodicals, magazines, and other books and other writings.
So here Prabhupada talks about distribution. But without having knowledge, it's very difficult to understand what we are supposed to do actually. For that purpose, Prabhupada has written so many books, more than 80 books in different languages, and by which we can see the transformation which is happening all over the world. So these are the 7 purposes of Iskcon. for which Prabhupada established this international society. It means when we come to this movement, we should understand that this is the purpose of this movement. Correct? Now, the principle and values of this course will be like this. Srila Prabhupada as a preeminent Shiksha Guru. Very, very important. We have to understand. Although we'll be having our own spiritual master, Diksha Guru, but we have to understand when our Diksha Guru is also imparting Shiksha based on Srila Prabhupada teachings. So he is going to remain our preeminent Shiksha Guru, Sansthapak Acharya. He is a founder. He's a founder Acharya and preeminent Shiksha Guru, because everyone in Iskcon, whatever Shiksha which attracts you, inspires you, thrills you, that all coming from Srila Prabhupada teachings. There's no doubt about that. Either they are referring to Prabhupada books, their lectures, they might present in different way, but the hardcore principle, the concept is all given by Srila. He's an empowered personality. Kalir Kalar Dharma Harinam Sankirtan, Krishna Shakti Nahi Bina Tara Prabha. Without Krishna's empowerment, nobody can do such task which Srila Prabhupada did. So he's an empowered personality. Number two, elegance to Iskcon and Parampara. Our commitment, our complete surrender to Iskcon and Parampara. You have to understand. Even though we accept an individual spiritual master, but our connection, our relationship is not only with the spiritual master, rather it's going to be with the entire Parampara, Guru Shishya Parampara, and with the movement of Iskcon. That's why he's always Bhakti Chandra Swami Maharaj during the initiation. After 480 principle, he will say one more thing. What is that? That never ever leave Iskcon. He'll say like that. And sometimes we have seen there was some, unfortunately, there was some fall down of the group in the past. So disciples, they did not leave actually. Because Concept Society, even they take care of such disciples where Guru is not there. Immediately there are so many uncles are there who are always ready to render services. They'll take care of them. All disciples, they stay there. There's so many are there actually in Iskcon, where their gurus, they fell down, but they themselves, they are there and serving Iskcon. So that should be our commitment for the movement. It's a mission. You have to understand. We are going to participate in a mission. It's more than an organization, it's a mission. Respect for multiple authorities and senior Vaishnavas. When you have just one guru, it becomes very easy to deal with, as I mentioned earlier. एक ही गुरु है, उनके आदेश का पालन करना है, बीच में कोई है ही नहीं. But Iskcon में we have a multi authorities. For example, our guru is somewhere else, I'm somewhere else. So that place there's different GBC, different authorities. Or there might be different spiritual master who is visiting to that place, not your spiritual master. It might happen. But that's the beauty of this movement. Unity in diversity. We have so many spiritual master, different spiritual master disciples, different authorities. But the center is what? Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. So everyone is so united actually. Wherever we go. The moment we see the Tilak and Kantimala, or that, but any Gaudiya Vaishnava actually. The moment we see Gaudiya Vaishnava, we think, oh, it's our family. It's our family. Considerate selection of Guru, that's also part of this course actually, which is a very, very valuable principle. Faith in Guru's instruction. Very, very important phenomenon which disciple has to develop this quality. Mamatva Adishaya Ankitaha. Commitment to vows. Sankalpa. That is our only ornament. The vow which we are going to take. And Srila Prabhupada mission. Exemplary sadhana, conduct and balanced lifestyle. Because Prabhupada wanted each soldier, as I mentioned last time, each soldier to be capable to fight with Maya and to bring so many other conditioned souls, brother, sister, to the spirit of Lord Shri Krishna. So that we can become very, very competent, very, not capable, I should say, with right attitude actually, to assist, to serve this mission, to shoulder the burden of the previous acharyas, shoulder the burden of Srila Prabhupada, shoulder the burden of all the Guru Vrinda. We can assist them in this mission of bringing more and more souls to the Lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. For that, we should Janam Sarthak Kari Kara Prabhupada. Our own sadhana should be very exemplary. See how Srila Prabhupada could, transform the entire world because of his exemplary sadhana. It's very pure. Purity. Purity is the force. So it's not the gesticulating classes or just word juggling that might attract people for some time. But if you really want a long time transformation, the real transformation in the people's heart, for that, the person who is associating or who is imparting this wonderful mercy to them, he or she also should be very, very, exemplary in their own sadhana. Then only that consciousness will flow through their mouth to the ears of inquiry, humility, and service. This is exactly the 434 verse. Pranipatena, pariprashnena, sevaya. This is how the disciples should behave. And number 9, favorable association, very important. Sajati ashaya, inclusivity, and cooperation. So, as I mentioned, it's a multi-guru system, and we are working for a mission which is very, very robust, very comprehensive. So we have to see in totality, not just for our guru or our guru bhai, guru bhai, but to see the entire this mission of Srila Prabhupada. And all our gurus are serving in this mission. We have to also assist them. Cultivation and propagation of holy name, very, very important. All the gurus, the entire life of sadhak is what? To develop a taste for the holy name. We have to understand this point. We have not come to Iskcon to become a good manager, or a good preacher, or a good program organizer. There's so many places. Mainly we have come to this movement for developing a taste for hearing and chanting. Otherwise, na utpade ratim sham evahi kevalam. If you could not develop a taste. One time, Vijayanath Swami Maharaj, he was giving a class, and class went up to more than 4 hours. And the Ram Prabhu and other devotees, they were managing that yatra. They started sending the chit to the Maharaj. Slip. Maharaj, his time is passing, the bus will go. It's 4 hours now. And then the last chit, 5-6 chit came. And then Maharaj said, you people are just about management. There's no absorption in Krishna. Krishna Katha is going to be so important क्या हो सकता है? But वहाँ भी नहीं management चाहिए, time तो होना चाहिए सब कुछ. अरे कभी-कभी time नहीं हो क्या दिक्कत है? Sometimes we do, right? There's so many occasions where we don't care about time. The classic example is 31st December. We don't care at all. Let it go 12 o'clock in the night, no problem. But when Krishna Katha is going on, everybody's the problem is that you all are just after management. You don't have absorption for Krishna Katha. So we have come to this mission for develop this taste for hearing and chanting, hours together. Hours together. I remember in Barsana, during our yatra in Barsana, few devotees they came afterwards. Prabhuji, time ho gaya, क्योंकि 3 बज चुका था, 3 बज चुका था, और इतना अच्छा नेटर आ रहा था, we should have just heard that actually. प्रशांत तो 6 घंटे बाद तो ले लेंगे हम, रोज ही लेते हैं प्रशांत. If we miss one time, we will not die actually. But since we do not see our conditioning actually, it's our conditioning. We are so conditioned. कि हमको टाइम पे खाना चाहिए, उस पर डिस्टर्बेंस नहीं चलेगा. So cultivation and propagation of holy name. First, we cultivate in ourselves this taste for hearing and chanting, and then definitely will propagate, will give to others also. And these are the broad aims actually, to improve the quality and discipleship within Iskcon in order to promote the long-term well-being of Srila Prabhupada Society and its members. As I mentioned, in the past we had some bad experiences. There were different, just Guruvad started. Guruvad, मैं ये गुरु का शिष्य हूँ, ये मैं ये गुरु का शिष्य हूँ, और वो अपने गुरु के शिष्य बस उसी में आपस में confined होना शुरू हो गया है. So that lesson came. That's why to improve the quality of discipleship and basically the long-term well-being of Srila Prabhupada Society. Okay, ऐसे अगर बहुत से sect बन जाएंगे तो फिर what about Iskcon? Right? We'll have small Iskcon within Iskcon. So GBC don't want that. All Prabhupada disciples, they have given their heart, they've given their life and soul, 40, 50 years for this mission. And now they are saying in this generation that we are a little bit, going here and there, this kind of mentality. So they thought, no, this is the right time to come up with this course actually, to understand the purpose of this mission. And this we can achieve by understand the long-standing principles of discipleship as presented in the teaching of Srila Prabhupada and the broader Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy tradition. Okay, and appreciate the unique context in which these teachings are applied within Iskcon. Because sometimes we give the instructions or some teachings which is irrelevant to that context actually. That's what we have to understand when it was spoken like this, especially with the disciple and spiritual master, how they will do it. Apply these principles to form a spiritually healthy, constructive relationship with their gurus and senior Vaishnavas. I know one devotee, he mentioned a very nice thing. He said, I never ask anyone that who disciple you are. Because the moment I ask, it means I'm going to judge you based on your spiritual master. Well, I have some understanding. And the moment I think I heard that you are a disciple of, oh, अच्छा उनके गुरु है तो ऐसे होंगे, उनके गुरु तो ऐसे होंगे. It's a mundane consideration. The fact is, the moment we have tilak and this thing, and the moment we know he's a devotee chanting Harinam, that's all enough to associate with. Serve him. Serve them. Act appropriately within those relationships. Develop the values and attitudes required for a disciple. Very, very important. The right attitude. Few days ago, I was hearing one devotee. So His Honor Saraswami Swami Maharaj, he came from US after a long time to Wada after COVID, right? After 3 years, almost. So devotee, they got a message, Maharaj is going to come. So one devotee sending a message to other devotee who were in the management. But Prabhuji, Maharaj is coming and they should serve in the best possible way. Because Maharaj is coming after 3 years, in a very grand way we should serve. So that devotee is a mature devotee. He wrote it back. Prabhu, yes, we should serve Maharaj in the best possible way with the right attitude. So this is a very important aspect. What is the attitude of a disciple? Serving anyone. Spiritual master, Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, the godmother of our Guru, spiritual master. The right attitude is very important. Prabhupada writes, spiritual progress of a follower depends on the right attitude. Because that's the face of instruction. Spiritual progress depends on the attitude of the follower. Cooperatively serve the Supreme and his various representatives in order to perpetuate Srila Prabhupada's teachings and mission through both personal example and instruction. Achar, and then Prachar. See, we have to understand, Manushyanam Sahasresu Kashchit Paisit. Out of many thousands of people, hardly there are devotees who are trying to pursue this life. And we have to be united. Because we are very less in number. And within that also, if we have this kind of sectarism, then it's very difficult to move on, to carry forward this such a big responsibility, big mission. So, at the very preface, we should understand what is the qualification of a guru and qualification of a disciple. I mentioned this course specifically designed for the devotees who are willing to take initiation in the course of time. And not only for them, actually, it is for educator, for preacher, for leaders. Everyone should know actually that what is the right attitude within the devotees circle, and especially within the Iskcon where we have a multi-guru system culture. So qualification of guru. When Srila Prabhupada was asked by George Harrison, Swamiji, how will I identify who is guru? What is his qualification? So Prabhupada, by knowing the mentality of hippies, because he just came actually, long hair, and everyone was hippies by there. So just knowing the mentality, he says, you can identify the guru who is most addicted to God. Because they were addicted to LSD that time. So see Prabhupada give an answer. He says, who is most addicted to God? He's such a wonderful answer. Addiction. Addiction of Lordship. You have seen that Babaji, what he was saying in Barsana? Radha, मैं तो राधा रानी का ही, मैं तो यही परिचय. Addiction. Prabhupada used to say, I feel proud that I am servant of Krishna. Das Abhiman. So Shastra has given some broader, it's very difficult for disciple to judge who is Guru, right? What is his qualification? But Shastra Ritma, Shastro mein sabke bare mein diya hua. Who should be, like we have Vacho Begam, Mansa Koda Begam, Jihva Begam, Udaro Pastha Begam. In that verse, the first verse of Desciple, Savedan, Dhirad, Prithim Sashishya, that person can become a spiritual master for the entire planet Earth, who can control his all the urges, right? Desciple first shloka, bit of instruction. So here the broader guideline has been given here. Number one, must have heard the truth in disciple succession. Number one, he himself should be a part of this Guru Shishya Parampara. He should have heard properly from his own Guru. His Guru also should be in the Parampara, in succession. एक बार परम पूजनीय भक्तिविलास महाराज हिंदी में बोल रहे थे वृंदावन में कार्तिक मंथ, and we were very fortunate to be there that time, and Maharaj was giving initiation. It was afternoon, after the temple was closed, actually after the Rajbhog. Then in afternoon they arranged in the temple premise in the courtyard the initiation ceremony. So Maharaj came, we all were there actually. So Maharaj sat down. After sitting, he says, कल का बेटा आज का बाप. महाराज बोले, आज से लगभग 45 वर्ष पहले मैं यहाँ पर बैठा हुआ था आपकी जगह पर, और प्रभुपाद यहाँ पर थे और मुझे दीक्षा मिली थी, और आज देखो मैं आपको दीक्षा दे. बोले ये परंपरा है, कल का बेटा आज का बाप. This is disciple succession. Must have heard the truth in disciple succession. Must have realized the conclusion of the Vedas. He might not knowing all the Vedas or the literature in detail, but he knows the conclusion of the Vedas. What is that? Vedasya sarvar aham vedya eva. That Krishna to be known from all the Vedas, that's conclusion. So there's a wonderful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam 11:321, which talks about this qualification. Tasmad gurum prapaddeta jigyasu shreya uttamam. Tasmad gurum shabde pare janishnatam. Manoj shabde ka naam. Manoj shabde. Shabde pare janishnatam brahmani upashama ashray. That person, tasmat gurum prapaddeta. We should go to the spiritual master. For what? Jigyasu shreya uttamam. For our ultimate benefit. Shreya. And spiritual master should be how? Shabde pare janishnatam. He should be knowing the conclusion of the entire scriptures. Very scripture. And Brahmani, he should be very much fixed in the serving Lordship. Upashama ashram. He should take the complete shelter of the Lordship. Similarly, Mundaka Upanishad also says that Brahmanishtam Shotam Pan. He should be Brahmanishta, Ekanishta, Vyavasatmika Buddhi, Ekehe Gurandana. He has completely single resolute determination to serve the Lordship. That person is eligible to become a spiritual master. Must be fixed in devotional service to God, Brahmanishtam. Authenticity confirmed in his personal life. It means whatever he's teaching, he's walking that. He walks the talk. His acharan, his conduct is exactly in line with the scriptures. So this is a qualification of the guru. In the broader category, we have different details also has been given. Now, what do you think? What do you think a good disciple, how he should behave? What should be his qualification? A good disciple.
We should follow the instructions of the Guru.
Very nice.
You should trust in the group.
Very good.
He should realize what the Guru wants and he should serve him expertly.
Very nice. Manovistam. Right? Manovistam.
He should realize.
Very good. Yes, all are very good answers. Anything else? A good disciple means what?
Uh,
Truthful. Very nice.
be ready to follow the instructions of the spiritual master.
Very good. Yes. Pranipatena.
Asking questions.
Riprashtena. Sevaya. Very good.
Serving him through Vani and Bhakti.
Very good. All are very good answers. So this should be a desire of a disciple. Actually, this is what a disciple. This makes disciple a good disciple. Actually. So submission, inquiry, and service. Devotion to the Supreme Lord. We have come here to serve Lordship. Our spiritual master first instruction will be what? That you serve Lordship. You become Krishna conscious. Right? Unflinching faith in the order of Guru. Unflinching faith. That whatever Guru has told, it is going to be for my ultimate benefit. No doubt about that. Like Prabhupada, when he got instruction, 30 years he gave just to contemplate how to fulfill that instruction. And Mother told truthfulness, very honest. Whenever we should come in front of Guru, we should be very honest. We should not be duplicitous. One time, one disciple came to Srila Prabhupada. He asked Prabhupada, being a disciple, how can I serve in the best possible? What can I give? Prabhupada said, your pure heart. Give me your pure heart. If you ask like this, Srila Master, he knows how to answer, what to ask for. The और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. शुद्ध हृदय चाहिए आप. बहुवो गुरुवो देवो शिष्य वित्त पहारक सुदुर्लभो सदगुरु देवी वित्त संत शिष्य संताप. It's a very famous shloka in the Quran. Shankar ji is saying to Parvati ji, O Devi, Bahuvo Guru. There are so many spiritual masters, so-called gurus, who are just after Shishya with the Paharak. With जो अपने शिष्य के वित्त के पीछे लगे, गुरु अपने शिष्य के धन के पीछे लगे, पर सदगुरु सुदुर्लभो सदगुरु देवी, जो सदगुरु हैं वो सुदुर्लभ है। Who is after what? शिष्य संतापहार, who wants to remove the burden, the misery of his sender disciple. ऐसे शिष्य बहुत, ऐसे गुरु बहुत कम हैं। So this already we answered, huh? To some extent. Some of the points are here. Prabhupada mentioned one time he should be perfect gentleman. It means his behavior should be very good. A disciple, whatever he's doing, that should translate into his behavior. That if anyone sees also, just by seeing your behavior, you say, "Ah, किसके शिष्य हैं आप? किससे शिक्षा ग्रहण कर रहे हैं?" Right? Just by seeing your behavior, see, a common man will not see how much you're chanting, what you're doing, your sadhana, you're reading. He'll not go to that much detail. He will understand if you are doing those all things, how you are behaving in front of him. How's your behavior? How's your conduct in society? So Prabhupada says, a perfect gentleman. And he must do some practical seva responsibly. He must have healthy relationship with devotees, his seniors, equals, juniors, and especially with other gurus' disciples. Then he's a good disciple. He must be accepted to his spiritual master, his senior Vaishnavas. Very important. It means always be submissive. He must perpetuate paramparas through Harinam Sankirtan and other wonderful services. He must put Srila Prabhupada in center of Iskcon. He's a good disciple. You see? If some spiritual master come to know that my disciple is just propagating me, not Srila Prabhupada, they become very upset. Right, sir? They want Srila Prabhupada to be glorified. That's why whenever they come and you say Guru Maharaj ki jai, you say Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Right? Huh? So they all want that their spiritual master should be glorified. He should be focused in Iskcon goals given by Srila Prabhupada. So now after hearing this, we all who are assembled here, who has taken initiation or going to take initiation, we want to improve ourselves, right? Always we should improve ourselves to become a good disciple. Right? That should be our endeavor. So here are some of the tips given here. In what way could I improve as a disciple? Number one, strictly following teachings and example of the spiritual master. For that purpose, what is essential? What is essential? How you will come to know teachings of spiritual master?
By hearing.
Very good. It means first we have to hear. In order to understand the mood of a spiritual master, either we have to hear or read. If there's no lecture, he has written some books, read it. Right? You see, there's several spiritual masters now for Guru Binda. Like I know few of them. His Holiness Niranjan Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Rama Swami Maharaj. They never met Srila Prabhupada. Right? They never met the spiritual master. One time he was there in the program, and His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj asked in front of everyone to His Holiness Niranjan Swami Maharaj that Maharaj, how many times you met Srila Prabhupada? He said 0, like this. But just by hearing his tapes and reading his books, he gave his life. The entire life he dedicated. So strictly following teachings and example of my spiritual master. You have to understand a very, very important principle. in Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, we definitely have a Guru Shakti, but we just do not depend on that. What happens here? Our Guru, he makes our connection with a process, which is the Bhakti Yoga process. And that potency of that Bhakti Yoga is one which is going to deliver us. You want me to repeat?
Yeah.
The Guru Shakti, which we normally say, Guru, बहुत से हमारे गुरु हैं. When Srila Prabhupada was there, two disciples, they fell down because they had this misconception. कि हमारे गुरु सदगुरु हैं, बस खत्म. That's all. Guru will touch me, but I'm with Guru, I'll be liberated. They fell down. Because Guru is here, what? Guru is here to engage us in the bhajan kriya, in the process of devotional service. And the potency of that devotional service, if we are performing sincerely, that Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Devi, that will liberate us. समझ में क्या बोल रहा हूं? गुरु की पूरी शक्ति किसमें है? उस प्रोसेस में. The Guru's entire mercy, his energy, his miracle, chamatkar, is in the process which he is giving to us. Now it's up to us how sincerely we are following that teaching, that process. That process will enable us to be liberated. The Shuddha Bhakti Yoga process. And that's what happened there at that time. Who could not internally grasp this, who could not internally take shelter of the holy name or the Bhakti Yoga process, even though they were with Srila Prabhupada, few of them fell down. Because they had a wrong conception. Just having Guru, you will be liberated. No. Our parampara is what? Our parampara, there's a healthy dependence on what? Shiksha, not only Diksha. Diksha ho gayi Guru ke saath mein, Sadguru hamara hai, bas khatam, kaam khatam. Rather, that is an initiation. It's called initiation, means it's a beginning. That day, Guru is going to engage us formally in the service of the holy name and this movement service of Srila Prabhupada. That how sincerely we are performing the devotional service, it depends on that actually. Our liberation depends on that process of Bhakti Yoga. Bhajan Kriya. Shraddha Sadhu Sangha Bhajan Kriya. That Bhajan Kriya will do the unearth nivritti, and then taste, ruchi, asakti, nishta, all will come after Bhajan Kriya. So how sincerely we are taking shelter of the Bhajan Kriya. Develop sense of deeper relationship and commitment to Guru's mission. And for that also we have to hear very sincerely the mood of spiritual master. You see all Prabhupada disciples, how beautifully they have understood the mood of Srila Prabhupada. They are giving their life and soul. You see Maharaj is going to come now. But also Maharaj with one leg, he is just traveling. He was in African countries, then France, places. He's going to come here also in September. Because he would understand the mission, Guru's mission. Prabhupada wanted every Nagar Adigram, and they gave their life for the spiritual master. And this is the success of disciples. Understanding the mood of spiritual master and, as Prabhupada mentioned, Mano Avishtam, and act accordingly. Mano Avishtam. Improve quality of relationship further with seniors equals juniors. Very important. It is not only my Guru and that's all. My Guru is pleased with me, that's all. बाकी लोग मुझे पता नहीं, मैं गुरु की सेवा कर. So it's not only vertical relationship, it is horizontality also. When we are taking care of all devotees horizontally, who are equal with us, and vertically, then we'll have a right angle, right attitude, right angle. सबके साथ में अच्छा रहेगा. एक भक्त जो होता है अनुसूय. We understand that everybody is serving, and maybe the same devotee will be at the last time of my departure from this planet. Maybe this Prabhu will be with me somewhere in some seva. We don't know. So we have to understand this. As I mentioned, we have a very, very less number in this world, material world. And material world is very, very powerful. Mama Maya Duratya. Antakale api. That's why it's very difficult to remember Krishna at the time of death. If we don't have support and inspiration from devotee around us. Actually. So we should have a very good relationship with devotees. We don't know when we need them at time of our, utter necessity in Krishna consciousness. So this is what we can improve as a disciple. And that disciple is loved by everyone. The spiritual master and all God brothers, everyone loved. In general, how appropriate do you think a course like this in Iskcon is useful? So there are few answers given by the acharyas, the proper teachings, and even the previous acharyas' teachings. It strengthens foundational relationship with Guru, which is very, very important because, see, because we are in this mundane world, we never experienced this sacred relationship in our life before. Maximum we have with our father and mother, which to be considered as a very sacred relationship in the mundane world, right? Compared to the relationship. We think that there is a more sacred relationship. But nowadays we see that there's a selfish motives out there. That period actually. This age of Kali. We're seeing now माता पिता बच्चों को मार रहे हैं और बच्चे माता पिता चल रहा है. It's going on. It's a bitter truth. What's going on? That's why we don't know how to behave in that real nature. The devotional domain where relationship is very, very sacred, how to behave, we don't know. गुरु के साथ में कैसा, कई बार हम देखे लोग आते हैं गुरु के साथ में बहुत हंसी मजाक भी करते हैं, हास्य प्रयास करते हैं. One time I had seen myself actually when devotee came, and it was in my home only. Maharaj was there, to Maharaj, and he came. And this devotee, he also sat in the sofa. He's a devotee with the Maharaj, along with the Maharaj, and he was nicely speaking to Maharaj and Maharaj. That's not our culture. That's not our culture. I had seen one video where Radheshyam Prabhu, I think he was sitting. He was giving a class on Vyasasana. And he was, during Mangalacharan, his eyes was closed in Niku village, Vada. And then when he opened the eyes, he saw Maharaj was sitting there. Immediately he jumped from the Vyasasana and he paid a Dandavat Pranam and he sat down. Class छोड़ के चले गए. We know the pastime of Maharshi. And Balramji came, everybody stood up, and Maharshi, he was a Vyasasana, he did not get up. He was clear for that. But Prabhuji immediately showed how should we behave with our seniors. Class छोड़ के प्रणाम करियो. कोई दिक्कत. He's a sannyasi, you're a spiritual master. So how to be? We don't know actually. That's what I'm saying. हमको लगता है कि जैसे हमारे माता पिता होते हैं वैसे हमारे गुरु भी एक ऐसी नहीं. हमारे spiritual, it's a very different relationship. It's a very different realm actually. एक शिष्य के लिए गुरु कैसे होना चाहिए? साक्षात हरित्वेन समस्त शास्त्र है. Is as good as God. For disciple, Guru is as good as a God himself. मेरे प्रभु हैं मेरे सामने. How should we behave? How should we act? So strengthen the foundational relationship with Guru. Senior equal junior disciples of other gurus. बहुत important part है. Very sensitive issue. Develops right attitudes for personal spiritual advancement. Keep Iskcon's progress on right track. Leaders would not have defective understanding of essential relationship like Guru-disciple, Guru-GVC, and between the Gurus. So it's a very transparent culture in Iskcon. The Gurus are there, there's a GPC, the higher committees are there. When sometimes certain complaints, you can go to executive committee. और वहां पर भी बोल सकते हैं अगर कुछ ऐसा है तो मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि बिल्कुल सब कुछ इमोशनल लेवल पे चल रहा है. It's a very philosophical and very practical approach is there in Iskcon by the Merchant Shri Prabhupada. It also enables them to effectively hand over these to future generations. Very important. that is I think, part of system. System is not man dependent, it's system dependent. So when you have a system in place, then we know that even afterwards also will be safe hand. Overcome and avoid disturbed, hurt, misguided feelings. कई बार ऐसा होता है, because in this kind of organizations where it is based on faith, something happens, you yourself, just being hurt and you are carrying forward with that feeling, you don't share with anybody else. It's a very sensitive issue. I've seen sometimes it happens actually. But here it's very clear guideline. You understand, these are the qualifications. If something is wrong, if some doubt is there, you can approach your authority. And the corrective action will be taken immediately. So Prabhupada says, somebody can read this very beautiful statement. Yes.
We have only to execute the order of the spiritual master, preach Krishna consciousness, and follow in the path of the Vaishnavas. The spiritual master represents both Lord Krishna and the Vaishnavas. Therefore, by following the instructions of the spiritual master and by chanting Hare Krishna, everything will be all right. Purport Srimad Bhagavatam 4.22.7.
So Prabhupada made it very simple that we have to execute the order of spiritual master. And all spiritual master are engaging us in what? Dharam sarthak kari kara. You practice yourself and preach. It's a very simple instruction, but very profound. Because first we have to practice ourselves, then we have to preach. And Prabhupada said the spiritual master represents both Lord Krishna and the Vaishnavas, Guru and Krishna, Sadhu and Krishna. Therefore, by following the instruction of the spiritual master and by chanting Hare Krishna, everything will be all right. Guru Anugatya and Namashraya. This is what we heard from Babaji also. Acharya Anugatya and Namashraya. These two things will make our life perfect. What is the time, Prabhuji?
8:45.
We'll stop. Right? It was a busy day. We have completed the first lesson. Just a brief introduction about this course content and the introduction part. And now we'll come to Guru Tattva and Parampara. The second lesson we'll take next week. Any question on today's topic? Any doubt, clarification required? Any comment? So content is clear, course content,
Yes.
the objective, the principles, aim, and the broader, the purpose of this entire course actually, right? Prabhupada want every disciple to be a good disciple, best disciple. It's like you see, Maharaj Yudhishthira, when he heard that Krishna has departed, all the Pandavas, they want to get retired immediately. In that chapter name, Pandavas retired.
Timely.
Timely, very good. So there, the first thing what did Vishnu Maharaj before he retired, he wanted to make sure that my kingdom is going to be ruled by a qualified ruler. The moment Parikshit Maharaj was born, he invited all the Brahmanas, qualified Brahmanas, and asking him, what is his astrology? How is he going to behave, this person? Then only we can return, because this kingdom belongs to Krishna. This praja belongs to Krishna. And I have to make sure that it goes in a proper hand, safe hand. And then we can read the entire section that all the Brahmanas are glorifying Parikshit Maharaj, comparing with Prahlad Maharaj, Ramchandra ji, different qualities. He'll be like Lord Ramchandra, he'll be like Prahlad Maharaj in the bhakti. So many. Then Maharaj Yudhishthira was very, very pacified. Now I can go. Similarly, this parampara, this parampara, we all are going to be part of this parampara. So we can understand how our spiritual master, they might be thinking about us. That this legacy is going to come upon our shoulder tomorrow. We all will be leaders at some places. We don't need not to be some post. Anywhere, a devotee, a disciple of or followers of Iskcon. They influence so many souls actually, just by their behavior, their appearance, their conduct, their purity. So we have a big mission on our shoulder, right? So in order to have such a wonderful parampara, and to connect with this parampara, to become a part of this parampara, there are certain qualifications required from our end also. So we have to upgrade ourselves, our lifestyle, our thought process. जब कुल बड़ा होता है तो जिम्मेदारी बढ़ जाती है. If you belong to a good family, royal family, so responsibility increases. Similarly, to connect with such a glorious parampara, our responsibility increases. It's going to be increased. And that's what is going to we are going to learn actually. That what is the expectation from acharyas? What is the expectation from a spiritual master? How a disciple should behave? That we'll see in the Guru Tattva and later session. Okay. Any question? Yes, Tommy.
Prabhuji, you said the disciple should respect multiple authorities and senior Vaishnavas.
Yes.
So this Vaishnavas means only Iskcon Vaishnavas,
All
other
Vaishnavas.
sects.
All Vaishnavas respected. Actually, a Vaishnava, amanina manadena, his behavior should be, he respects even the ant also. All living entities. Respect everyone. We respect everyone, but in the core of our heart, we worship only Krishna. Sada Hidaya Kandare, Vaha Sachidananda. We respect everyone, all demigods, all human beings, all species, right? But in the core of our heart, the object of our love is Krishna. Hidaya Kandare, Hidaya ki gufa ke andar, right? And because of that, because we see his manifestation everywhere, Paramatma everywhere. So we respect everyone. All Vaishnavas, everyone. Prabhupada says even if you see sometime Mayavadi sannyasi also, pay your obeisances. Don't take the association, but pay your obeisances. कोई भी सन्यासी इतने कई बंदी, कोई भी सन्यासी, एक दंड भी, कोई अति दंडी सन्यासी, right? But even एक दंडी सन्यासी, उनको भी प्रणाम कर, उनको भी प्रणाम कर. वर्षे सबको प्रणाम करते हैं. When we say Prabhu means what? I am the servant of servant of servant. Everybody is master, right? But there was one point was there, favorable association. You notice that point? It means what? We should associate with the people favorable. There's a verse in Nectar of Devotion. Shrimad Bhagavatam Nam Rasikah Sah Sujati Asaye Sato Vire Sadhu Sangha Sato Vire. It means what? Shrimad Bhagavatam Nam, the Lord's name, pastimes, Sajati Asa. This should be discussed or heard only in Sajati Asha. Sajati means same caste. So caste means what? Sajati Asha. Asha means aim, objective. Whose objectives are same. We should associate with the devotees whose objectives are same. That is why sometimes you see that we are not associating with the other Vaishnavas. मतलब जैसे जो other संप्रदाय के वैष्णव, because objective is different. Our objective what? Given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, आराध्यो भगवान ब्रजेश तनयस तत्थाम वृंदावन. हमको राधा कृष्ण वृंदावन के भाव में वहां पर गोपियों जैसे सेवा करती है. That mood we have to develop. So anybody who is going to nourish this, I'm going to associate with such people. But if someone is in that Vaikuntha or Ayodhya or this, they're all Vaishnavas. But what will happen? Will not be nourished. तो यहाँ पर सजातीय आशय, जिनका आशय एक है, साधु संघ, उसको साधु संघ कहा जाता है. It's a little deeper. Understood ना? इनको बोलते सजातीय आशय. तो उसमें क्या हुआ कि you can associate with them, but neither you will be nourished, nor he'll be nourished. Because Asha is different. But we respect everyone. In respect, no discrimination. If they come, we'll full Dandavat Pranam, Prashadam, whatever best we can offer them. But Srimad Bhagavatam, Naam, these things are things. Any question?
Same school of thought.
Very nice. Same school of thought. but we respect everyone. And best part of Sri Mahaprabhu's movement is he is taken from all the 4 bona fide sampradaya. Shri Brahma Rudra Sanaka Vaishnava Chitip Savana Chatvaraste Kalo Bhavi Kale Purushottama. So all the 4 sampradaya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taken two main components. And based on the 8 components, this Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta is there. So we have taken all the conclusion of all the revealed 4 bona fide sampradaya. So nothing is left out. Yes, Chirishji? Okay, so stop here. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for the wonderful class.
I'm just repeating the words of the slides. Thank you for the
We'll
worship.
thank Prabhuji by chanting one time.
Everyone, all the ones.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna Mahaprabhu ki jai. And I'm very encouraged to see so many participants, so many devotees who like to hear on this topic. That shows that they want to take the very serious decision in their life to move ahead.